Everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft episode on the AlphaCraft server. Right, I'm back from the end. I had to die. I was miles and miles away, and I had to get back here pretty quick. So I died. I died in the end. Put everything in a shulker box, or in shulker boxes, that we managed to get, myself and Bunny, and then I jumped into the void. Anyway, I'm back here again now, and the plan for today, I'm very far behind. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has got themselves a base and farms and shops. We've got shops over there. So they're running away with it. The guys are being amazing this season, as I expected, to be honest. But I've got nothing. So I'm today off to find myself a desert. Now I need a desert and I need a jungle. And I'll explain why later. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but soon. And I will let you know what I plan on doing. But today I need to find a desert. Now I don't know which way I'm going, but the plan today is to build the Iron Alpha Mark II. Okay, enough of me waffling on like an Egypt. I will see you all soon. So Bunny and I have made it out to the desert, and we found out a little village. Well, I say village, there's probably 3 houses in it. But we got a camel. I should have started this while I was at the top, shouldn't I, so you could see. Camel's gone walkabout as well. It was over there the last time I saw it. This desert is not as flat as I thought deserts would be. Bunny's going to kill me if I've lost the camel. Oh, there he is. She is. Very cool. So this is the village. Great view. So initially, we're going to build the iron farm in that mountain. It's quite a high iron farm, as I mentioned, and we needed a pillager. And luckily, last night there was a few pillagers down there. They came in very handy because we managed to catch one. I got it in that hole here. We got a villager here, and this fella. Jinazon, for various reasons we called him that, was trying to shoot the villager here. Couldn't. He was shifty looking. Look at him. Couldn't shoot him, and his crossbow finally broke. And so we're going to be using him in the farm over there, which is going to be pretty great. Have I got any beds here, though? My inventory is pants again. Oh, did I get there in time? No, I did not. And now I did. Right, so I better leave that there now. So let me show you what we've done so far. We still don't have elytra. I've been dreaming it everywhere. Oh! I saw you out the corner of my eye then. That was lucky, wasn't it? Oh dear. Oh, you were in water. That was lucky. So on stream last night, we dug out quite a lot of initially we were going to build it over by the river, because as I say, it's not very, the footprint's very small. For what it is, it's very small, but it's very big. It's 90 blocks tall. So we were going to build it down by the river, but we decided in the end to build it into the face of that mountain. So it's going to go into there now, which is going to look very cool when it's done. But there's a lot of digging and there's a lot of filling in caves, because we don't need spawning spaces for golems inside the mountain. We had problems with creepers. There were many deaths. So we'll purify all of this up, and that's where it's going to be. We've got the 2 pods in at the moment. There are going to be another 8 pods above it, and it's probably going to stick proud at the top of the mountain. We'll just have to purify around it. But that's it at the moment. The golem spawning area there, villagers there, pillager in the middle. He's going to go up and down on a water elevator. I think I've told you this before, actually. And then we've got another villager there. at the top of the mountain, and by now you'd have thought we'd have found a way through to the way up, but we haven't. We were only streaming for 6 hours, so we didn't have the time to do this properly. Jin donated a beacon for us. Thank you, Jin. That was really kind of you, mate. Which is why we named the pillager after him. Oh. Fail. Not sure whether I've got lots of food left now to be doing that. So we transported the villagers initially from there through here in a boat. Hey, look at me. Into this bubble elevator. Thanks, Jin. And up into here. And into there. And we fed them a little bit of bread. And, well, things happened. So we've started to get a few villagers in there. I need some more bread because they've stopped breeding. And we've run out of bread. And then we got them into a minecart. Fire there. And then we pushed them down that hole. There. And that's the back of the farm. So you're up to date. So now it's just a case of building all of the floors. Shall I dream it off the top? I'm no good at that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way anyway. Oh, dear God. So, like I say, we're up to date. I'll spend a little bit more time now doing the grindy work. Ow. Look at me. So I'll spend a little bit more time now doing the grindy work and then filling in the caves. And hopefully, by the time you come back, we'll have several of these pods in place and it'll be taking shape. So I finally managed to build the top part of the iron farm. I decided to go with glass in the end and not completely fill it in with sandstone, although I may do something around the side of it later. I'll leave that to you guys, actually. Should I just leave it all as glass? Should I put some kind of frame around it to show some support? Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, what I need to do now, we need to get villagers into those pods. We need 3 in each pod. And I also need to fill the entire center here, this piece here. I need to fill that up with bubbles, with a bubble column elevator. I've got the soul sand down the bottom, but I need to fill it all with kelp. So I'll do. Oh, hello, mate. Oh, you got anything good? Got anything good? You shifty looking dude. What heads have you got today? You got no heads? Oh. That's a shame. I don't want any of that junk. It's junk. Go and bother somebody. Go and bother Marky. He'll buy that tat. So let's get down to the bottom. So we've got the two platforms there, and we've got 3 platforms underneath it, and we've got a jump of death here. Oh yeah. So we've got the 1, 2, and the 3, and then the 4 and the 5 at the top. Everything else is in, apart from I need to put in the bubbles at the bottom. Now, what would be the best way to get to the bubbles at the bottom? I bought myself some frog lights from Vic's shop. They're very cheap, very worth going to see. Let's grab some of those. Yeah, I suppose this is probably going to be the best way to do it. Getting through the bottom. Giggity. You all right there, fellas? Right, have I got my silky pick? I'm sure I have. Silky pick. So yeah, the guy, the dude's going to fall down into there. Frighten these. They're going to spawn golems. I need to check in the back to make sure there are no spawning spaces for golems in the walls. If there are just a couple of spaces in the walls, the golems are going to spawn in there, and it's going to mess up the rates and possibly even break the farm. Now, I've been checking while I've been going. I don't think there are any. So the guy's going to fall down to it. He's going to go down into here. Ow, my ankles. And he's going to go into there. Now, I need to get from here to the top without suffocating. And I don't have a very good hat on. So I'm not holding out much hope here. So I've got no idea whether I'm going to live or die. I'm going to break this block and all the water's going to come flooding in. And then I've got all of these dudes. Hopefully that'll be enough to get me all the way to the top. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this. Because once I start, I ain't going to be able to stop. I'm not going to do this. This is going to be really, really bad. Uh-oh. Not going to do it if I do that, am I? Come on. You're nearly there, you're nearly there. Come on, dude. Oh, man, that was so close. I really thought I was going to bite the bullet there. Didn't think I'd make that at all. Anyway, I did. So now we've got that in. I'll go down the bottom and break that. Then there'll all be bubbles. And then I can get the guys in minecarts, those guys there in minecarts. They'll come along here, like you do. They'll go into this bubble elevator. They'll come up to here, and they'll stop here. And then I'll break the minecart, and hopefully they'll run over there to the beds. Now, I plan to coerce one of them into falling down there. Now, I know you don't take as much damage when you fall onto a bed, but I don't know how far you can fall. That's 18 blocks down there, which is probably enough to break his ankles. But I'm going to push one off to see, and we'll see how we get on from there. So anyway, let me go down the bottom then and start breaking this kelp. Ow, my ankles. Should have really thought about this, shouldn't I? Now I can't get out. I'm hoping I've got a minecart. If I don't, then I might struggle a little bit because I don't have any iron, I don't think. Yeah, I do. Right, so if I put that on there, push him into the corner, he should pick up one of those dudes, and then hopefully we'll get him to the top. Good luck. I know, big sigh. I love this mod. All right, let's see. Right, where are you going to go now? Come and jump up here. Jump up. Jump up. Say, oh, don't push me off, though. Go over there to a bed. Go on. Look at those beds. Look at those beds. Lovely beds. Go on, then. Don't look down, okay? You might be better off if you're crouching. On crouch. Go on. Go on. Go on. Which way are you going? Go. Go. Yeah, I know. Don't stop looking back at me. If you fall off, it's your own fault. Right, okay, look at that. It's beautiful. Right. Jump down there, you see there's loads of padding and everything. All right, you be careful. See you in a minute. Okay. Oh, it's okay. That worked like a charm. I'll call a medic. Excellent. Look at that. I'm quite pleased with that. I didn't think that would work. I really didn't think that would work. Anyway, let me get the other guys in there. I'm sure you don't want to watch me mess about with villagers. Maybe you do. I don't know. You are so good. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. You're the best one out of all of them. Right, nothing can spawn up here. Do I need a light up here? I probably don't. I'll wait until it gets dark and I'm the only one on here, then I can have a good look at this at night to see if I need any lighting up here. And if I do, I'll put some up. You guys better take those beds. You better go to sleep over there. And you. And you. See, they're doing it. Why aren't you doing it? If you don't, I swear to God, I'm going to have to come over there and punch one of you. You can't all have the same bed. So now I need to cover all of this. I'm going to cover all of this with slabs. And most of down there with slabs as well, out to 8 blocks away. Oh, hello, fella. I can see. Wait, have you got some kind of little creeper den going on in there? Yeah, if I do all of those with slabs, then that should, and in there, should stop golems from spawning outside. I'll go down the bottom as well, where the pillager is going to fall down at the bottom, and put a switch down there rather than a redstone torch, and then I can always turn it off. If I start getting golems spawning everywhere, I can turn it off. Which is the beauty of this farm over the ones that have got zombies in every pod. A lot of the designs at the moment for multi-pod iron farms have got a zombie looking after each pod, or a zombie looking after 2 pods. But if I were to do that, A, I'd have to get the zombies up there, which would be a pain. And B, it would be difficult to turn it off if anything went wrong. So by putting a switch at the bottom, then hopefully that will stop that from happening. Anyway, let me put my stuff down now. I'm going to run off for 5 minutes and slab everything, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm hoping now that is far enough out here. Okay. Okay, now this won't work until they've slept, and it will break if I leave the area for any length of time. Have you? Okay, just crack on. Whatever floats your boat. So if I walk away for any length of time, when I come back, these guys will have to sleep again before the farm will start working. And it's the same with every iron farm. If you've got an iron farm that you think is broken because the chunk's unloaded, get them to sleep. And the problem I've got is at the moment, those guys haven't slept. The guys downstairs slept, no problem at all. These guys haven't. So if this is not, if these platforms don't work, it's purely because the golems, the villagers haven't slept. Now I think it's about time to see if we can get the dude who is a cajillion miles away, all the way over there. I need to get him up here. So the beauty of having these with no crossbows is they're harmless. Still scary, but harmless. Aren't you? Aren't you, fella? Come on then. Don't go suffocating in the wall. Look at we're going up there. We're going all the way up there. See those villagers? We've got villagers up there for you to scare. They don't know you're impotent. Go on then. You look at me like that. It's not my fault. Go on. If you shoot out the top, I'm going to be really upset with you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, so once I set this off and running, there should be golems. There'll be golems spawning down the bottom, hopefully. And hopefully they won't be spawning out there. If they do, I'll have to run down and turn it off, won't I? He says. This is going to be your home forever and ever and ever. But you are going to have a ride every day. Giggity. So he should start scaring those guys. We've got a golem in there already. Is he scaring those guys? They don't look very scared, do they? In fairness, they didn't look very scared. I'm sure I haven't got it too far away. But one golem did spawn, so one of them was a little bit scared. Ow. Okay, so breaking the bed seems to have done the job, and we are now getting golems spawning where they're supposed to spawn, which is awesome. Let's see if we can get down there and get a little bit away. The guys have been kind enough to give me the night a little bit, which has allowed the guys to sleep. Ow. What shot me? Good shot, whatever it was. Oh, here we go. Here we go, Phil. Oh, of course you can't. Of course you can't just have 2 minutes to yourself, can you? Oh, okay. This is probably not a good idea. Run around in the desert in the middle of the night, just so you can see a couple of golems spawning. Yeah, good idea, Phil. Okay. You can't see me, can you? Brilliant. I'm very, very happy about that. That seems to be working. So the next job now is to tidy this up a little bit. Maybe mob-proof it a smidge. And then put some storage down the bottom, because this is working as intended. So I've done a fair bit of work since you were last here. It's been a few days, and I've dug out the bottom a little bit now. I've added a few villagers at the back so I can start doing some trading. So I've got myself some nice weapons now, some nice armor, which is pretty decent. But very, very limited storage in the corners. And it's filled, and I've had to empty it. This thing is running like an absolute charm. I'll give you a quick flyby now to show you exactly how it works, in case any of you are interested. And then I'll explain a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing this season. So each floor is exactly the same. There are 5 floors, 2 pods on each floor. The pillager comes up to the top. He's spotted by the villagers. They panic, and they call a golem within an 8-block area of where they're standing, so they can spawn it on the platform next to them, but not on the one opposite. The villagers also need to be far enough apart so that they don't class the other villagers on the other side as being part of their little gang. So they have to be in little pods of 3, which is why I need them this far apart, and I need a pillager in the middle. If we were to use a zombie, they wouldn't be far enough apart. And they'd merge, and they'd only call one golem rather than the 2. And the pillager goes down and down and down and down and down, summoning golems on each floor. Now, the cycle itself takes about 48 seconds to do. And a villager will call a golem about every 45 seconds from calling the first golem. There's a little bit more to it than that. The quicker we can get the golem out of the detection area of the villager, the quicker he can spawn another golem. Okay, it's about 45 seconds from spawning to when he makes his way into the lava to when the lava kills him. And then as soon as he's killed him, the villagers can start counting down again. If the pillager gets to the floor before the villagers have stopped counting down, then they won't spawn another golem, which is why the pillager has to go around at this specific speed. Any quicker, and we run the risk of not spawning golems on the floors. Now, there is a way to speed this up, but it involves me putting platforms away from the spawning platforms for the golems to be transported outside of the spawning area. I can't just drop them straight down off the platforms, because then they'll pass through the detection area of the villagers below them, which will stop them from spawning. So they've literally got to be taken away from the farm and about 8 blocks, and then they'll be dropped down around the outside. That'll speed it up quite a lot, and it looks pretty cool. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll add the floors, I'll add the addition to the floors, which will take the golems away from the spawning area. They can then fall down, they can land at the bottom, they can all be amalgamated into one central spawning area, one central killing area at the bottom. There'll be flames, it'll be fantastic, and that will tie in to what I plan on doing this season. So my theme for this season is going to be Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love the early stuff especially. So I'm going to be turning this desert into Tatooine. I'm going to be building the Lars homestead. I'm going to be building habitats and pits in the ground. I'm going to be building all of that kind of stuff. I'm also hopefully going to be building or recreating something similar to the Mos Eisley spaceport over behind me, where the mesa is. But that's the plan. I'm going to be doing stuff in the end. I'm going to be doing stuff in the jungles. It's going to be fantastic. I'm hoping to rope some of the alphas in to help me do this. On what basis at the moment I'm not sure, but it's going to be good fun. Something I've never done before, something I'm really looking forward to, and hopefully it'll be interesting for you guys to watch. So to give this a little bit more immersion and make it a little more interesting, at various points during this season I'm going to be adopting an alter ego, a different persona, if you will. So let me introduce him to you. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Duke Roadsweeper, famous Jedi Knight, Scourge of the Empire. Together with my invisible droid, C-3PO, we'll be wrecking havoc across the galaxy. I'm probably doing lots of derping as well. So as the sun rises over the iron farm, I'm going to call it a day for today, everybody. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Duke, and I'm out of here.